Beetroot, nature's powerhouse, packed with vitamins, antioxidants and nitrates, it's known to support heart health, boost stamina and improve blood circulation. Our beetroot is naturally grown and harvested at peak ripeness. The roots are cleaned, dried and finely ground to preserve their rich nutrition content, giving you all the benefits in one pure form. Add 1 teaspoon of beetroot powder to your juice, smoothie or water, or take it in capsule form as recommended by your healthcare provider. Beetroot helps enhance endurance, lower blood pressure, and keep you feeling energized and balanced all day. Fuel your body with the natural power of beetroot. Stay strong, stay healthy. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Some days you feel like the world is on fire. Some days you feel like you're swimming and flying. Some days you wake up and you don't feel like you wanna chase what you don't see. But some days you feel like you're floating up high. So how about you try this time? Lifting up your head and sing out. What more than I see, there's more inside of me. Just lift up your voice and say, nitajaribu tena kesho, nitaamka upya na nisonge. Hata wakipenda kunivunja, mambo yakizidi unga, sitashindwa kujivuta. Kesho naamka upya, kesho naamka upya. Some days I know that you think you're surviving, but you sleep and wake up and don't feel like fighting. But there's space in your soul to keep wanting more, to desire to soar. But some days you know that their words, they mean nothing. So how about you try this time? Lifting up your head and say, what more than I see, there's more inside of me. Just lift up your voice and say, nitajaribu tena.
Yes, good afternoon, family. 49 minutes past the top of the hour. Good morning, good afternoon from my hand, and happy Thursday. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Hope your week is fantastic, and I hope and wishing you a good, amazing rest part of your day. And welcome to another episode of the Pan-African Bliss Show. My name is Joby, and of course, I'm back in the studio. And of course, not feeling that much well, not feeling that much better, but you know, just like the song says, tutajaribu tena siku mpya. We shall try again another day, no matter how broken you feel, no matter how, no matter how heartbroken you are, no matter how painful the body is, you're still gonna keep on pushing. That is what the song literally is communicating to me, and I decided to play that as we start with today's conversation right here on the media of the 21st century. Today we shall be talking about Kenya child sex trade, which has been exposed. I know this week had promised to literally deal with nothing in terms of the topic of the conversations about the traditions and culture, but I feel like this week has been literally distracted to me completely. So I shall move on with the other news and updates of what is happening. So today, generally, I'll be sharing some of the document that has been exposed of where child sex trade is something that is very active, not just in Kenya, but many African countries. When you talk about children disappearing, children missing, parents looking for their children and can't even trace, where most of these children are. The cases, or most of the cases, are linked to this topic that we have today. So apparently, it's quite shocking because this is not the first incident we talking about things that are affecting so many innocent Kenyans or Africans in Africa. I think 3 months ago, I talked about what has been happening in terms of organ harvesting, and we saw so many young youths are participating in this because of lack of job opportunities. So you have people who are coming to Africa, exploiting innocent Africans, promising them empty promises, empty money, or literally close to nothing of money, and yet giving way valuable things coming from their body. So this is so crazy. So I shall be talking about that. But before we get started, I'd love to remind you to download our app on the Google Play Store. Blackout Fire Network is the name. And once you have the app, you can get yourself the amazing merchandise. We have hoodies, beanies, t-shirts. We also have some amazing organic supplements right now. Trust me, I'd literally die to get organic supplements that can help me relieve the pain that I'm feeling in my body. I can't explain how I survived, how we survived on Tuesday. It looks like a minor injury, but trust me, I'm grateful to be alive. I don't know what really happened, how it happened super quick. All I know is just that the driver who was ahead of us was super, super drunk, and he was hurt too, super, super bad. But I'm grateful to be alive. It's just super traumatic till now because the people, me and the person who was involved, we still can't believe how this happened and how we've survived this. But again, I'm grateful for life. But right now, I could use some really natural, organic pain relief because it's super, super crazy. I'd not wish anyone to get an accident with a bike. Okay, I don't know how traumatic it is with cars and all that, but with bikes, this is like my third time I'm experiencing this, and this was the worst because what a day. But for now, get yourself some brain and
Unlock
focus
your
as we
full
get started.
potential with Brain and Focus, a powerful supplement designed to boost mental clarity, enhance memory, and sharpen concentration. Made from a blend of scientifically proven ingredients like ginkgo biloba, omega-3, and essential vitamins, Brain and Focus is crafted to fuel your mind. Our process ensures maximum potency and effectiveness, delivering the perfect balance of brain-boosting nutrients. Take just one capsule daily, as prescribed by your healthcare provider, and feel the difference. Whether it's powering through your workday or staying sharp in life's challenges, Brain and Focus keeps you at the top of your game. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay ahead with Brain and Focus. Brain and Focus, fuel your mind, achieve more. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Yes, at only at a very affordable price. So karibuni sana, Anarudi. Karibuni sana. Hope you guys are doing great one more time and welcome. So pardon me if you feel my voice is really low. I'm personally feeling very low. I don't like the way I'm feeling, but I hope you get to enjoy the conversations despite it all. So I'm just gonna play the video and we'll explain bit by bit as we get to continue with today's conversation.
Life starts at night in Mahima Hill.
I know how the sex trade works on these streets. In Mahima Hill, Kenya, the highway never sleeps.
She told me, for me to be here, I must be under someone.
This
Thank you, Danny. Karibu sana. Hope you're doing amazing as well yourself on your end. Hope you're doing amazing. Hope you also you're doing amazing. Hope you're doing amazing. You're in good health and all that. That is what actually really, really matters. Being in good health. At this particular time is where there's a movie I was watching yesterday, and it said something very important, and which is what flashed in front of my eyes on Tuesday. Remember, you must die, because that's at the end of the day, that's the way of life to everyone. When, yes, we are eternal as souls, but with these bodies, we're not eternal here. So that is something that actually I'd say I learned yesterday watching that movie. Remember, you must die. And that flashed in front of my eyes on Tuesday. So be grateful for health if you are okay, if you're not having any body aches, if you wake up breathing okay, yeah, because that is something I'm also being reminded. The pain I'm feeling is crazy, but thank you so much for the love and for the care.
Town is known as a hotbed for sex work in Kenya.
As I was standing outside a bar, a girl approached me.
In every club, there's a woman who is a madam of the girls.
But I'm here to investigate a story of abuse.
She told me that she sells very young girls.
I've come here with two experienced undercover investigators to expose a hideous web of child sexual abuse.
I wish I could have rescued them. I couldn't fight for them.
I can't even explain how I feel. It's unexplainable.
Mai Mahiu in Kenya's Rift Valley is a key transit town, a vital hub for transporting goods and people across the country and into Uganda, Rwanda, South Sudan, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Posing as sex workers wanting to learn how to become madams and earn money from other sex workers, our two undercover investigators have spent months infiltrating the sex trade here. They've befriended two madams.
I told her that I operated from Nairobi, but wanted a change of scene because of steep competition there.
Our investigator, who we've called Anna, has gradually gained the tenuous trust of a woman called Nyambura, who we've heard is involved in selling underage girls.
I built a strong rapport with her, and she eventually opened up about the young girls operating under her.
Prostitution it's a cash crop which is make you to benefit. In the cash crop so you don't
So she's saying people who are predators to babies, this is something that actually is a norm. Sadly, because this story is personally the moment I started hearing them or reporting about them, I was learning from America, being honest. When you heard about the crazy things these white people are doing to, children, when you hear about the sex trafficking, child trafficking, all of them combined, however you want to term it. But it is quite a shock, being honest. I think based the fact that we're in Africa, because this is shocking to so many of us. This is the story currently now being spoken by so many Kenyans. And there's a video that has also been going viral of Mzungu giving sweets to some African children. And it tells you, and I think, thank God, those children were educated and they ran away from that Mzungu crime, because this is something that has been happening. So many children are easily taken away from their homes with petty gifts being offered to them, or having petty gifts being given to them, because these are rare things they are used to see. I'm talking about sweets, biscuits, like you had said to say, even popcorns. It is crazy. It is so crazy. But sadly, this is happening. So the shocking part is that the fact this is advancing in Africa. We thought this was only in America where, our children are taken away from the continent, being put on planes, then they go do debaucherous, evil things to them, diabolic things to them. So normally you wouldn't think this is something that is active in Africa, because number one, there's a taboo. Even if you even a man who's found defiling a baby today in Africa, this is a big taboo. You're gonna be beaten, stoned to death. This happened last month. I reported on it, where a man actually defiled his daughter to death, and he was also stoned to death, because this is something that is not allowed. And of course, it's a crime in Kenya, or according to the Kenyan law, but it's happening.
Pero nakiapa kere. Kuna kila fumu ulo kumwambia sikwao. Hauna dai terole ya.
Although sex work is criminalized in Kenya, it is also normalized. But the age of consent is 18. The selling
Exactly, which is so sad because I remember also personally being a teen. I've said that I've been prayed by teachers, and if you're not smart, you're gonna find yourself doing things because you want favors. If you're not smart enough, personally, the reason why actually I'd say I accepted favors like money from teachers is because my dad was never giving me money. The teachers preyed on me to the point where they wanted to have sex with me. Like I remember the deputy used to text me to tell me to go visit him during the weekends. Like it is this bad. Yes, it's a crime, but it is normalized. Where these men have zero, and it's not even the men, because you see now women are involved in this kind of behavior. They're the ones who are trafficking these children to the clients. It's sad because how dare you even try approach someone who is underage? Is the audacity. I'm underage. Why would you approach me? I remember back then I used to hear men being scared of even being found with an under 18 girl, because this, I don't know, maybe back then law was very serious, unlike right now. Justice was being enforced back then, unlike now. I don't understand. But back then you could hear, personally when I was growing up, at some point I could hear some men say, I can't date you. Someone is going to ask you, what age are you? And if you guys are not teenagers and is older than you, they're actually going to back off. Most would back off, because if the government finds you, this is a case. Recently, actually on Saturday or Monday, there's a video that went viral. Actually on Monday, there's a video that went viral of a man who refused to help a girl who was being beaten by, I don't know what, some ground ants, something, I think some ants, and the ones that actually really, really attack you. And he said, sadly, he has to let that girl to be beaten to the point where either she's going to be okay or not, but he can't help the girl, because if found, you're going to be told you are defiling the girl. So that is the point where even men today are scared to help children, those who have faced and seen how serious it is when you're found with an underage girl. But sadly, yes, it is a crime, but at the same time, it is normalized. So is our government really doing anything serious about this, or is our government behind this? Because why are these cases emerging?
or trafficking of children under 18 carries a sentence of 10 years to life imprisonment.
Yes, you see, they're saying they steal children. It's so easy to manipulate them by just handing them sweets. Exactly what I said. Exactly what I just said. And mind you, this is now Africans doing this. Now we have white people who have been doing it. Like I'm gonna find the video and I'm gonna share it on WhatsApp. It's sad because this is what has been happening. You ask yourself, why are children actually disappearing? This is number one big problem we have. Setu, I'll use again Setu as an example. Shout out to him. He said he was manipulated, or whatever happened to him, but using popcorns. We've been kept in poverty as Africans to the point where things that are supposed to be so normal to us, they fascinate us. Sweets, popcorns. This is crazy. I don't even have the strength to laugh, and it's not funny, but this is so sad. This is so sad. And this is a woman. This is a woman, someone who's supposed to be a mother, someone who's supposed to be actually a loud voice and echoing. This is someone who's supposed to be actually a whistleblower, helping children who are undergoing this kind of cases. But sadly, it's a woman who is actually exploiting children of other women. Using a sweet, they're saying it is very easy for you to just kidnap children using a sweet. And like I said, biscuits, even shoes. And then understand Africa, most of the African people are living under desperation. People are so desperate and they'll do anything to get what they've never seen or what they wish to have. And little things like those sweets, trust me. Crazy, man. Good morning to you too. Juba Jabba, hope you're doing amazing today.
Our second undercover investigator, whom we are calling Jane, has also been standing within a kilometer radius.
I started coming every evening until I was approached by one of the women. She told me that she's the owner of that place.
Jane too has gradually befriended another madame, a woman called Chipto. She starts to ask her about the children she sells for sex.
Kitambo ilikuwa unajua unapata pesa, unapata starehe, unakakunywa. Hapo katoto, ukakula na ukakunywa. Nakakunywa bila mtu akikwambia nataka. Leta ya macho. Leta nini hivyo.
This is so crazy. This is so disgusting that it is women talking about it. She said it is so easy to take to kidnap children. The clan tells you what age of children they want. They get money. This is crazy. They get money. They go drink. They live a good life. And that is the business. It goes on.
Na kuna mwenye ataenda na arudi tena. Unajua ingine unafanya tu kama ingine unafanya tu kama ujificha. Kama umejificha ficha. Kwa nini? Ndio watu wanakuita kwa leo uliona vipi?
Terrible Kate, how you doing?
I can't see nothing. Are you showing something? I might be in a
Yeah.
bad area.
I think you might be on a bad area. My screen is sharing. Karibu
Okay.
sana. We're just talking about child
Talking about what now?
child sex trafficking, which has been happening in Kenya and currently underexposed, which is the topic of the streets currently. People are so mad because, sadly, and which is also a shock, not to me, but also
Okay.
to me, because when you talk about child sex trafficking, when I started learning about this, most of the cases, personally, I thought this is something that was just happening in the US. You hear what these white people are doing to children, these diabolic, evil, crazy things. But sadly, it is something that now has been happening in Africa. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
You,
I'm shocked
Joby,
because
you really didn't know that this was happening in
I mean,
Africa?
I knew where we know our children go missing. Like a good example is the plane in Chad, which is a video you can't find today ever again on YouTube.
Of course not.
I know of that case and many cases of children disappearing, but it's the point of where we didn't know that actually this was happening in the continent where we have clients, people who are clients and are asking minor babies to do this kind of diabolic behaviors to them. You have like 5-6 men raping a baby and there's someone who's getting paid for it. So this is so sad to see.
See, you got to understand, Africa's is left defenseless to white savages, Joby, and Arab savages. It's
True.
defenseless.
True. But the sad part, and which I was just explaining, there's a video that has been going viral. Maybe you might have bumped to it or not, but on TikTok, and it got also so many people mad. I think it's in Kenya, but I'm not. I think it seems like some in Kenya. I'm
Okay.
not sure if it's Chinese or an Indian, but these are this other race. They were giving these children sweets so that they can, that's what they do. They come like Setu. They're given popcorn and then something is gonna happen to you. I was using Setu.
Remember that's what happened to Seto.
Exactly. That is why I'm using him as an example because we've been kept in such a desperate position of
Exactly.
the things that actually are supposed to be so easily available to us.
Exactly.
Fascinate us. And it is sad to see even this woman is saying to get a child it's very easy. Give them sweets, give them biscuits, give them popcorns, and they're gonna come to you and that's it. And they that's a child missing and one is gonna be looking for them, and you're gonna have clients coming to ask for whatever age. They're starting from the age of 7 to 13. Those are the
Right.
children.
Well, yeah, because Africa's been put in a system of poverty, a system of of abject poverty, like I said, inhumane poverty. So that means you got you got a species of people who are predators,
Mm-hmm.
and Africa has the has now the prey. That's been. I'm about to tell you, Joe. This has been 500 years since you met these people. This is who these people are, and maybe and even before 1,000 years with the white Arab.
But now it's not with the white people anymore, Keith. It's now our
Of course, the black people now they're now because they've adopted their cultures, adopted their behaviors. Of course,
exactly, which is so crazy. But shout out to you, Jiba Jaba. I see you saying, I'm trying, man. Shout out to my job. It makes me sometimes get better even when I'm feeling shittier, you know. I'm really in crazy body pain. I can't even explain, but yeah, it's good that I sound good. So thank you. But let me move on with this.
While so
how
much
you
abuse is
how you feel
hidden,
now? Anyway, how your body feel?
I'm really in pain. I'm really in a lot of
Uh,
pain. I
oh
discovered
wow,
my arm. I can't tell if my arm is dislocated. I want to go full checkup tomorrow. I can't tell, but I can't move this arm fully. It's really, really painful.
right?
My the neck is painful. My legs,
Okay.
both of them, my muscles really hurt when I'm moving. So
I knew you being. I knew your muscles
yeah,
would be in pain. Hey, I
yeah.
can't see nothing. Can you guys see Joby? Is it my phone? Okay, now I see it. It must. Yeah, it's my phone. Yeah. All right. I'm in a bad area. I'm out here in West Texas, so shit. My
Yeah,
internet is kind of messed up. Now I see
yeah, I will say I'm grateful we are okay because I think we'd be talking something different right now. We will be in ICU probably right now because my other friend got hurt super bad. Um, the
that was
guy
the
we
guy. That was the guy who's driving the bike.
yeah, the guy. We remember when before we left, I told you our bike driver was waiting for us like 30
Yeah.
minutes. So yeah, we were just going. He was taking us home so that he can go to his place. Then we bumped into this drunk driver now with another bike, and before he could literally hit the brake, we'd already gotten to where he was, and he was not seeing where he's going. Like he was coming from another corner, so this guy is trying to hoot, yell, but he's still moving. So like we hit him, like we just hit ourselves towards him, and everyone fell. It was just crazy. I can't, it's just crazy. I think my body is in shock, being honest. That is the craziest accident I've ever experienced because I blacked out for some minutes. Then all I could hear is people trying to wake me up, asking me, are you okay? Are you okay? And all that. So it was a really, really bad experience. So I'm just grateful that
Yeah.
we have
Wow.
those.
Hey,
I'm
you
even
guys are
scared.
alive.
I'm super scared of bikes. I think now it's really given me a real trauma, like for real, for real. Like there's no other means of moving though. It's still bikes, but it's really, really given me a bad trauma for real because that was so unexpected. We had a good day to that, so it was super bad. Yeah, he had a helmet. No, I didn't have a helmet for me. Actually, that's how we knew how bad it was. The guy was driving us had a helmet. So if he didn't have a helmet, actually his whole face would be gone right now. Like his whole face would have been scratched on the
That's
road.
why. That's
Then
why. Exactly. In any place, it's illegal in most places not to have a helmet. That should be the law. I know.
what?
I know it's a law in Rwanda where they got to carry the helmet for themselves and the helmet for the person that they ride. And that's when I had Cammy and Spike down there for 2 times. The first time they went, say, "You guys got to wear helmets." I said, "Yeah, that's the law. You can't be on no back of no bike without no helmet." I said, "Yeah, it's like America." And Cammy said, "Not in Kenya." And the people like the one is like, "What? That don't make any sense. That's crazy."
Well, I'm just happy, man, we're okay. Because
Yeah.
especially because this road was remade after the recent demonstrations and they expanded it in a bad way. They expanded it even to the pedestrian side. Last month, 3 people have lost their lives in this road, being hit by bikes and lorries. So by the time actually I'm always coming from work, there's always crazy drivers, especially lorries. Like, so I'm glad by the fact we were getting down and all that there was no car behind us or nothing because would have been tragic. So I'm just happy we're good. Yeah, and all that.
In the shadows, I've heard of a woman who is making a real difference.
Hi, asante sana. How are you?
Actually, that's a good question, Jiba Jaba. That Afro wig ain't gonna. It protected my head. Actually, trust me. This Afro wig is what. For real, this Afro wig is what protected my head that day because this is what I had on. So
we gotta buy helmets.
If I didn't have this, I don't know what would be talking right now about my head because I'm having headaches like crazy. So yes, my head did hit down, but if I didn't have this wig, I think it would have been also a different story. So yeah, I'm great.
I'm good. Oh. Welcome, beautiful.
You look warmly known as Baby Girl. She's been a sex worker herself for 40 years and provides refuge for children who have escaped abuse.
40 years?
Yes.
God damn. That coochie beat up. 40 years.
I don't have strength to laugh today at all.
I never heard no sex worker 40 years. That coochie all beat up. That's crazy.
So that's how I become a mother, more than a mother, that is.
In her home, I meet 4 girls, now of age, who have been taken in by Baby Girl. They have agreed to share their stories.
Design nitoke kwetu nikasikia babangu akiongea na wazee wengine ati miaka yangu imefika yani kwe circumcised.
So for her, she said the reason why she had to run away from home before she was taken in by these street now sex traders. She was supposed to be the things we were talking about this week, which I would, like I said, I couldn't continue the conversation. I feel like it's just been, I won't continue that conversation about culture and traditions. If you've understood what the difference is, I hope you've learned something. Yeah, she's talking about the culture and tradition is what made her run away from home. She was supposed to be circumcised. That is the FGM, female genital mutilation.
Yeah.
So home, you go out there to the street, there are people ready to pray on you as well.
Ilikuwa 14 years hapo. Vile nilifika kwa barabara, nikapatanga lori yenye ilikuwa inakuja sasa na huku of which sikwambia ni wapi. Wamenikubalisha niingie. Sasa ndo anza sasa safari. Wakaniambia tuwezi kupea lift na yani na wewe si nini yetu. Yani wewe si mwanaume mwenzetu. Yani hivyo bure.
Each girl's home life was a driving force.
So she was raped on the road by truck drivers that she had asked help from, and this is not the first time you hear of.
Wow, that's a baby. I mean, she was a baby. What kind of?
Yeah.
I think I'm saying, what kind of I don't understand this despicable behavior of men. And I don't understand how this is the norm. When a child is asking for help and you decide to rape them.
Mm-hmm. She was 14 at that time when she was raped.
The baby.
Exactly. Remember also there's a video of a Tanzanian lady, actually a lady who was half Kenyan, half Tanzanian. Then she had had issues with her parents as well. Her story went viral like crazy. And she had asked help from the truck drivers as well. Then they raped her in front of her babies. Like 6 men raped her.
Wow. Jesus. Now, Ken, this is the problem with you raising your men. I hate to tell you. You're failing raising men. You're never raising these men. Because this is the norm then. This savage behavior is the norm. You have a problem raising boys to men. There's something going on. You need to figure it out.
Sure.
Jesus Christ. Rape a woman in front of her.
Michelle lost both her parents to HIV and she was evicted onto the streets.
Because I died. Na I was waliniita kama mtoto ameleta crisis in the family since mamangu ndo aliniletea babangu gonjwa akakufa. So I was that forbidden child. So I went kwa streets za Eldoret, nikakaa huko.
Ukiwa na miaka ngapi?
Class 6, 12. So nika meet.
So for her, she says our family called her Aka, same BS with what we saw in Nigeria, cultures and traditions. Just because our mom got sick, and then the father's family believed that they are Akas, including the child, because she comes from that woman. So she was kicked out and forced to go to the streets at the age of 6 years.
So there we go. You say 6 years old?
Yes.
So this is what we're talking about, the ignorance in Africa. The ignorance. The ignorance. The ignorance. They didn't got nothing to do with because her mother had AIDS. She don't got AIDS, moron. The ignorance in Africa. That should have been the first thing you did when you got supposed to speak independence. Eradicate all this goddamn backward ass ignorance. And secondly, you got a society that hates women. So somewhere in the culture, you got a problem. And you're going to have to be rectified. That has to be all, because obviously ain't got to do with your goddamn goofy tribe where you got 6 men raping children, and that's normal in front of a baby. So that's systemic. That's not like an accident. That's systemic. You've been raised fucked up. That's systemic. Don't tell me about no goofy tribe. Systemically, the damn government has failed in teaching you how to raise your boys. That's systemic. Go ahead.
Man wa street akanichukua, hanijui, wananitumia vibaya.
See, she met a man who accepted to help her at that age of 6 years, but that man, ever since the fact she was living with him, and the way he could pay himself back is through sex exploitation. So he was raping her.
A 6-year-old baby. Jesus Christ.
Namlipa juu ananisomesha. Forget. Hata nikifika mwisho.
Yeah, so because he had offered to also take her back to school. So because he's doing all that, he has to actually sleep with her.
Unafika mwisho uende wapi?
My God, this is crazy.
I've got no one.
Lillian was also orphaned at a very young age.
How do you sleep with a 6-year-old baby? I love to find your ass, and I love to just put you in a dark room. I swear to God, I beat you to death.
Ananirecord, anatumia rafiki zake picha zangu, analipwa. Ikaenda hivyo, akakuwa analala na mimi. That was my worst day.
I ain't sleep with a 6-year-old child.
How old were you? I was 12 by then.
She tried to run from abuse, but was raped by a truck driver who brought her to my Mahio.
What's with all these truck drivers raping everybody? All these truck drivers raping everybody. This is systemic. This is systemic.
This is what they do. These truck drivers, actually, even for me, I know that actually we've been raised. I don't know, if you're not taught at home, you won't know. So you will think these are good people. Truck drivers are known for having rape behaviors. It's a well-known thing.
You're not known for having rape behavior. It means it's systemic, Joby. This is systemic.
Yeah, let me say that. And nothing has happened. That's why it's a norm, because no justice. Most of these women, actually, I remember the case of, that's when people actually like question now, what is justice? That woman who was raped by 6 men in front of her
child. That's what I'm asking you. Exactly. Where's the justice?
She got to Namanga border because it got to a point after they raped her, they neglected her somewhere around Arusha. So, from Arusha to Namanga border, that is Kenya, Tanzania, it's not far, right?
That's the border.
Yeah, she said she walked for like 2 nights and before getting to the border, and she reported the case. And these people have the ability of testing what you said, if it is true or not. And they said, how do you know it is not you who drag these men to do whatever they did to you. That was
How do you know you drag? That's what I'm talking about. The society is completely fucked up. I'm telling you right now. Is this some backward? Hang me how you drag? How do you know what?
yes.
How that force 6 men to rape me? Because you can do a rape kit, so you know she's not lying.
And
So you're in a society that they made this the norm. They made raping women. Like I told Spikes, I want that shit because he didn't want. They made raping women in Africa the norm,
yes.
and these men don't want to be held responsible. This is a fact.
Yep. Because every time there's a time even we shared a video on one of the reaction videos we do every Tuesday and Thursday, and there's a lady who said also at the age of 12 she was raped by her uncle, and when she went to report to, because she was living with her uncle and grandma during the days, so when they opened school, which is also something which is normal, when we used to close school, you're gonna be taken to the village, you stay for some time, then come back when schools are open to catch up with the rest of the relatives. So she said she was staying with the grandmother and the uncle, who is the child, of course, to the grandmother. So when she was raped and told the grandmother said, it is you who is making everything sexual, so that's how he sees you. So
wow,
he had to talk to the grandmother about the case, and she had to run away and find how she can get to her parents back to Nairobi, because she didn't have a phone and she was young. So it's crazy.
Wow. So is that hell? That almost happened to you. Was that the guy your uncle too?
Yes. My uncle came back home drunk, and he forced himself on me, like literally tried to force himself on me, and I fought my way back and it didn't happen, but I was so scared. I can never forget the night. I was so scared because he also took advantage because I was always sleeping alone, and he came and took me, trying to grab me from my bedroom and all that. So it was crazy. And of course, if you report, I was also scared to report because of the same. You're gonna be. No one is gonna, especially if you're living with really cruel and mean guardians. They don't believe things you say. It is even hard for you to go tell them this kind of things, because that is the situation I was in. I was living with really mean guardians, my auntie, and
I get you.
I was already scared to even talk because she used to beat me all the time. So no.
14 years of age.
Siku ya kwanza nililala kwa kibanda, lakini ni kama nikiingia, kuna mwenye aliniona nikiingia akanifuata. Wakati sasa alikuja akatutokea, ule tu mwanaume mimi alinishika.
This is sad because this has also happened to me. Oh my goodness. I was lucky. I was saying. She says for her, when she was chased away from home, she had to sleep at a neglected shop. So we call them vibanda. Vibanda is this build with bricks type of shops, but are really, really kind of old. If you've seen them, I don't know if you've seen them maybe in many markets, Ghana market, whatever. You see them in most of the markets in Africa. It's just like a cheap, whatever shop you have. So I remember one of the nights, I think I might have said this, one of the nights I went out.
Cheap shop? What do you mean a cheap shop? What is it? What do you mean a shop?
Let me show how it looks before I get to continue. Kibanda. It's something, it's not even a thing you can hide from. It's just like a poor structured thing.
Oh, that's how you sleep in it or something? You're supposed to sleep?
Yeah, let me show you. Kibanda, it looks like this. Something like this. It's just like a poor, just some poor market. Like, I don't know how to say it. But they're really, it's a norm to have them in Africa. This is what we say mama mbogas have. Mama mboga. This one.
I mean, do you sleep in there or something?
Yeah. So one night I slept on one of these kind of sack-made kibandas, and there were goons who were passing by. And these were goons. I was very sure if they spotted me, if not taking my phone, I was also sure I'm gonna be raped. But thank God they didn't see me. So she's saying the same case. She slept under because you can't hide there. It's so easy for someone to see you. Like, you can just.
Does it cost money to sleep in there?
No, it's like. I'll show you. Okay, I'll take a picture when I go outside and show you what a kibanda looks like and send it to you guys. It's like something poor structured, whatever market, just looks raggedy, but it operates either way. So she says for her, she was sleeping under kibanda and she got raped because some men spotted her and took advantage of it as well. So
Wakati alinishika,
Why is everybody being raped? Shit's crazy. Why is it till you find a little girl by himself, the first thing to do is to rape him? I don't. It's like there's a problem. Like there's a problem with these men that have some kind of fucked up relationship towards women.
how many cases of sexual assault have you grown up around with, Keith? And I'm
None.
From being a teenager to
None.
None.
None. None. Zero.
The chat, any of you on the chat, how many sexual assault from women have you had? Because this is something we've been discussed here as a topic. Like personally,
None.
I have like 4 friends who have escaped sexual assault. It's crazy. Kamlesh has also spoken about it. Shmani are the same.
This is the norm. This means something's going on. Something's wrong in the society.
You see, I can walk on the road, and if I don't give attention to a man, he's gonna start abusing me, and then
But that's what I'm saying. Are you supposed to be raped because you don't want to be bothered? You're supposed to be raped. That's supposed to be the norm. You think like it's the norm.
Yeah, because it is not a norm, but it is a norm, Keith. I'm sorry to tell you, it is not supposed to be, and it's not a norm, but it is a norm. It shouldn't, but it is a norm. Sadly, it is a norm.
That's what I'm saying. So that means society is damaged, Joby.
Another case, there's a woman who took a child to the police station to be disciplined. Okay, there's a woman who said she had a teenage girl who was misbehaving, and she wanted her to.
And the police raped her.
The police raped her.
Jesus, that is the norm, Joby. It's a societal. I mean, society's fucked up from top to bottom. It's the norm then.
Exactly, because it has been normalized. There's no justice. We've discussed anything.
It's been made normal. The raping of women is now been made normal.
Okay, last year, remember we reported so many cases of femicide, right? So many cases in Kenya of women, like especially in January, February to March, dying. The recent case was just around Rongai, right here in Rongai. A woman was found chopped, organs missing, raped, chopped. She was first raped, organs missing, and chopped. This is how bad this shit has become. It is so bad. Like women in Africa, I believe it's Africa. We have to walk in fear. We have to walk in fear.
This is Africa. It's not just Kenya. This has become the norm because you have out of control men that have not have created a society where rape culture is normal. They've normalized raping women, and since now they got complete power of the culture, they're not going to set up any justice for them to be prosecuted. They've normalized this. That's why there won't never be no child support and things in Africa, because they made it so men only stand trial for heinous crimes as rape. You got to take my. Why the fuck would you take your child to the police station for discipline? The fuck is wrong with you? See, that's why they don't want the. Another thing, this is why they don't want no educated Africans, because they want all this criminality to continue. Because you can't continue this when you're educated female and male population. This is absolutely backward behavior. That rape culture is now normalized. I think everybody, I'm coming to see you. I'm doing some shit like this. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it the next morning. My time, you make no money. Fuck that shit, and I'll still get.
Yeah, you're breaking a little bit. We can't hear you in some bits, but
trauma, only to find even greater danger on the streets of my Mahia.
there was this girl akakuja akaniambia, we ni mrembo sana kukaa kwa streets hivyo unashinda ukizunguka huku jadi nashindanga nikikuona huko.
At first nilimchukua akaniweka kwake mama, hata si msichana, but ilifika point akaniambia sasa we si mtoto tena na nilikuwa nakaa na wewe.
Crazy. And then so she says after now you realize, because all of them have lived with people who have exploited them, and then they met, I don't know how they jumped from that, but they met now these women who are telling them how pretty they look and all that, and they tell them, I'm gonna help you from this person. And of course, because it's a woman, you're gonna accept the help, and you expect women to be sympathizing and understanding with your situation like a mother. So they tell you you're beautiful and all that, but after some point, after staying maybe 3 years, they tell you you're no longer a child. Now I'm gonna put you in a certain job. Now, short story too, I was approached with the same thing, and I think these people will send people who also know how desperate you really are, how desperate your situation is. The fact that I was coming and some of my friends knew the bad relationship I had with my dad. I had a friend who approached me with this bullshit. Telling me that there's a woman called Madame. I don't know, they call them Madame or something, or Mama. I should take her number, then we're going to communicate. She's going to tell me what we're going to be meeting with the rest of the girls and what is the job about. So before that, I asked a friend of the friend, like, hey, I've been told this and this and this. Can you explain what is happening? Only to be told, actually, it's a sex job I'm being offered. So I said, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not that desperate, because they take advantage of your desperation. So
who offered you a sex job? What happened?
I had a friend who, you remember the friend who thought I wanted this Indian old man that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So before all that scandal, there's a time a year before she had approached me with another gig. She's telling, because she knew the situation I was from when it comes to my mom, my dad, like it's someone who knew my story. And she was like, Joby, since you're suffering so much, like, hey, why can't I hook you up with some job that can, give you 1, 2, 3 here for you to sustain your life?
Some job.
Yeah, with the people you're living. So I'm like, I'm like, cool, because I can use a job right now. I'm like, okay. So she's like, I'm gonna give you the number of this woman. Call her Madame or call her Mama. Like mom.
Okay. I hope when you found this friend, you went back and beat her ass. Hope you did that. Go ahead.
Those are the names that they use. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
No,
she's like,
I'm talking about your friend, not the lady called the mama. The lady gave you the number.
I know. I didn't take it. You know me, especially. I'm easy to forgive. I'm quick to get mad, yes, but I'm also easy to forgive.
You don't forgive that. Go ahead.
I do. Not so many things, but I do forgive people. I want them forgiveness. But anyway, she told me, so text this mama. She's gonna tell you where you're gonna meet with the rest of the girls, and then when you get there, you'll be told what the gig is about. So she didn't want to tell me, of course, directly through the phone, so that I won't back off, because she knew I was never interested in these stories. Never ever. So I texted a friend, shout out to Tyra. I texted a friend who's her friend, our friend, but more of my friend, but also knows the bullshit she does because they hang around. So I'm like, hey, can you tell me what is this about? Because so and so is telling me there's a gig, and of course I need to learn and understand. Am I supposed to have certain sort of dress code, whatever? I don't want to go miss the job. She's like, hey, Joby, are you sure? This is not the type of gig you're thinking about. This is a sex working job. You're going to be offered clients. You're going to be given clients, so you're going to go, please do whatever you're told. Even if it's threesomes, whatever, you'll have to do it.
You've been a prostitute, Joby. Your friend was trying you for prostitution.
Yes.
What kind of friend is this? Man, I've been crazy as hell.
So I was really shocked. So I didn't text her, of course, directly reacting. So I allowed the other friend to explain everything to me. Then she asked me, "Are you still sure you really want to do this?" I was like, "No, I don't want to do this because you're telling me I have to sleep with. It's not even sleeping with one man. I have to sleep with different men every fucking day. That's what you're telling me.
It's prostitution.
I'm a sex machine. You're telling me I'm gonna be used every single." Personally, I do have issues with my body, like having sex back to back. So I can't imagine someone trying to do this every fucking day. Okay. So I'm like, no, 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 no. I texted the other friend. I'm like, I think I'm not gonna be able to do the job. I don't fit for this, and you can find someone else to replace me.
Like it's a job to be a secretary or some shit. You know, you can find somebody else to do the job, but not me.
Not disrespectful, right? Because especially we're talking about kids, someone hooking you up with that job. So at first, when you don't know the
She's
job,
not hooking you up. She's a prostitute, Joby.
hey, that's what at first I didn't know until I inquired from the other friend, right? So I was excited. I was really happy because I'm getting a job. So I texted her, I'm like, hey, not to be disrespectful, but I'm not gonna do this kind of job. I've understood actually what the demands are. I'm not gonna do it. So she got mad because actually, if you bring a client, let's say if it's me, you take me to someone else, you're gonna get paid for bringing me. Okay, you're gonna get big amount for bringing someone.
She got mad, Joby. That's not a friend.
Yeah, that's
to
why
make me angry. Make me angry just listening to this shit.
That's why I deleted her off my life. So we didn't talk for a year. So a year later on, she asked me for us to meet up so we can.
That nerd that you got mad. She mad at you because you wouldn't be a prostitute.
So we can reconcile everything. So I agreed we meet up. So we meet up. She's coming up with the same bullshit now. Now with the Indian guy, okay? So I'm like, she's like, hey, I want us to hang out. I want you to meet someone and all that. I'm like, okay, cool. So when is this happening?
Wow, you ain't learned no. Wow, you were young and dumb. Go ahead.
So we met up in town and then we took an Uber, then went to, I think in Kilimani somewhere, if I can remember, I think Kilimani or Westlands, I can't remember. Westlands, Kilimani. So we got into the house. I'm like, is this your boyfriend's house? She's like, yeah, this is my guy's house. I'm like, okay. I didn't know anything about even Airbnb, so I'm being lied to. I don't even know what an Airbnb is. Apparently, that was an Airbnb. So I'm like, wow, your boyfriend's rich and all that. So the guy comes in, is old Indian and all that. They start getting smoochy there, smoochy. So she's telling me, Joby, join us. Joby, join you? Join you for what? I mean, like...
Your friend is a whore.
She is.
She's like, your friend is a dirty, filthy whore.
She was my friend, not anymore. I cut this lady 6 years ago off my life because she got mad because whatever she was trying to hook me up with, I turned it down, which made her lose money. So when I refused to hook up with the Indian, I think she told the Indian, I'm gonna agree to that bullshit. And then she said, the Indian, I don't know how that guy.
And imagine the amount of disrespect without even telling you what was going on. This lady was a dirty, filthy whore.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know how the Indian got my number, but he managed to text me asking me about the money now. I think she lied about the money. She said, I don't know what she said, but the guy texted me like, hey, Judy said this and this about the finances. Is it true? Did you get these funds? I'm like, no, there's not. I don't want no money from you. I didn't want to be hooked up in none of your bullshit. Plus, me, I was not told about what I was coming to do there. So that's why I said no, got mad and walked out. And I don't know anything about money. I was not told about money too. So what is going on? So the Indian text the lady back. She's like, your friend said you're lying about the money, da. So he didn't send her the money. So the lady texts me back, you are a bitch. You destroyed everything I'm putting you on with. You're such a bitch. I'm like, okay, cool.
Boy, you out of your mind. Let someone talk to you crazy. When you was young, you was a baby. No, wait. No, this shit just makes me angry just listening to this shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? A search of radio, you got the nerve to talk about you this. And you are a filthy whore. Lady, I'm gonna give you the time of day. Get your filthy ass out of here, or I'll beat you to death, you filthy whore.
Yeah, so I'll share just bits of it, and
Wow.
then we need to wind up with this because it's crazy.
Two madams who claim that they sell underage girls, but we want to try and see these children ourselves.
A time came when she introduced me to one of the girls.
In the back of a club, our undercover investigator Anna meets the Madame Nyambura. Nyambura comes with a girl who is out of sight.
She told me the girl was 16, but she had younger girls than her.
Our investigator Jane has also been building trust with a madame called Chepto, convincing her that she wants to help her and to learn the business.
At first, it was difficult because remember, they don't know me. So for her to trust me, it was difficult. But she opened up. She told me she has young girls.
They arranged to meet at a club, and Chepto comes with 4 girls who look very young. Jane wants to be certain that they are minors.
You're going on.
Na wewe? Niko 15. Na wewe? 13. 13?
Ndio. Chepto opens up about the profit she makes from these young girls.
Amesema anakuja na hiyo 20,000 anakupia 25.
And when I tell you what I mean, this is what I mean. There's no redemption. There's no forgiveness. All these people right here have to be wiped out. None of this African forgiveness shit. You're going to meet Jesus today. You believe in Jesus or Allah, whoever moronic fake God you believe in, I get a hold of you, you're going to meet him today. Go ahead.
So they get paid, of course. The girl gets used. They get paid $19, and they take the whole $19, literally, and pocket it. They say this is for them paying their rent, living good life, and drinking and all that.
And don't get, and don't get. What's a young girl get? Nothing but disease and used up and broken inside.
Mm-hmm.
As almost a third of sex workers are HIV positive in my country, Anna asks her Madame Nyambura what protection these girls are given.
There's mena customary. Nimahutagira protection. Protection are in the hair. I will put a more pure with the Kiara one to the north. The attended common no with Kiara of Takamudo people. But name one out of the Hana candidate got your Makion related to doing like the Makine, you know, they go, yeah. We cannot quite quickly and I will again with the Makion.
50 pieces.
The best and worst of humanity is playing out here in Naivasha, as Baby Girl is trying to protect her community from HIV.
Oh, kwa hivyo tutaongezea RUPs ndio zitoshe hotspot zote.
Having worked for over a decade as a force for good, she's been given an office in this community health clinic.
You have an office? Yes, please. Nilikuwa na hesabu zote ndio nione niko na ngapi. Ndio kwa sababu ninaenda outreach, nijue ninaenda outreach wapi, na ngapi ninaenda outreach moja, na ninaenda na condoms gani ngapi, na RUPs ngapi. Mwenye ananitakanga ni sasa, kama sio sasa ni sasa hivi. Wewe niwe ugaga.
Nakuru County has one of the highest levels of HIV infection in the country. Baby girl knows what these women go through. She was married by 16, but when forced to flee from her home through domestic violence, her own family rejected her.
That is another problem. You're gonna get married off to an old person, then they start beating you, and you try to go back to your parents, they chase you to the street because you're trying to get back the dowry and they don't have the money to pay the dowry, but that is supposed to be paid back. So the option is for you to be chased out of the community. And this is
dowry shit. Some girls supposed to be beaten because of some goofy diary. Those are that outdated ass shit.
Na mimba. Si ndio nikaza. Nilizalia kwa choo street. I didn't know what to do. Nikasema sasa na ile chakula watu wanakula wakirusha pale kwa dustbin, mimi niende nitafute chakula hapo.
Somehow surviving on the streets, within weeks, she was approached by a girl who recruited her into prostitution.
Nikaoga, nikaanza kutokelezea, nikiwa na miezi 2 sasa. Sasa nikaona mimi niko heaven. At least niko na mahali nimeficha watoto.
I wonder how hard life must have been for sex work to feel like heaven. Her years on the streets left many scars, but her experiences have fueled her.
Yeah, she's a strong woman. 40 years with that coochie out, boy. God damn, that's a lot of trauma. She's a strong woman. Usually make you want to commit suicide or something.
Baby girl's work has been supported through USAID, but it seems that this is about to change.
USAID is gone.
So what happens now?
I don't know. Tell me what will be.
Will it be you get a backbone and you Africans are going to have to start changing your country. Okay? All this crying and shit where Africa stays fucked up, it's your fault it's fucked up. It's from Nigeria to Ghana. Fuck all this. You don't take responsibility. What's going to be? What's going to happen? You're going to have to change it. That's what's going to have to be.
Funding is impossible to predict. But in this small pocket of my Mahio, it's clear how it has helped this rose amongst thorns. I dread to think of the impact that a lack of basic protection may have on children still trapped in sex work. By my Mahio's neon night, our undercover investigator is pushing for more evidence to present to the authorities.
The more we met and talked, the more she trusted me. She took me to her house where I met the young girls. Nyambura and I entered the house, but she left immediately. I was left in the company of the girls. Nikuulize, wewe unajisi vipi kujuza mwili wako ndio uweze kujilisha?
Mimi sifurahi kuuza mwili wangu. Saa zingine unafanya ngono na watu kadhaa.
This is so sad, man. She says she's not happy, of course, to be doing this sex work with multiple people a day, and the fact sometimes you have to be forced. Some people refuse to wear protection because as a client you have to be pleased, so you have to please the client. So that's what gets to happen. So I won't share the rest of the documentary. It's sad. It's almost toward the end, but this is what has been happening in most of the African countries. It's not just Kenya. It's so many young girls.
Not just Kenya.
yourself, how are the cases of HIV actually rising amongst the young people, especially young girls? This is one of the reasons. Rape, no justice, and if you go report to the
Of
police
course.
station, they tell you it's you who led the man to be you led the man to be raped, either by your dressing code or your behavior. You take your child to police station for disciplinary or to be disciplined, they get raped by the same people you're seeking help from. So we're living in a very crazy system. That's I can say. This is not even a law. This is a crazy system. I can't even call this a law because it has not worked. And there's no law that has worked to help these young people or who are being exploited like this sexually. We talked about even organ trafficking. It's been happening, and this is in Kenya, actually in East Africa as a whole. Uganda was faced with the same case just last month. Kenya, the cases have been on the rise. In Tanzania, I'm not sure, but we know the albinos. I don't know about the rest of the East African countries, including DRC, Congo, Rwanda, and the rest. But in Kenya and Uganda, organ trafficking is something else that is on the rise. So is child sex trafficking. And sadly, it's a piece of sweet or a biscuit that is leading to all this. And this goes back to the
I don't
desperation.
believe it's on the rise. I believe it's always been there ever since the Europeans stepped in Africa.
I'll
I
say
don't believe
it's
it's on
on
the
the
rise.
rise. It was not really
But
this open. When I say it's on the rise, these are not cases I've grown up hearing personally. Yes, we've had cases of children disappearing, but we've not had, like
I don't think
I was saying
people.
at the beginning, personally, to even have my teachers praying on me, that was very, very wrong. That's why I went told my dad, and he did
Yeah,
nothing about it.
I
He
think
did
that was. I think that was the norm, Joe. But you just you just didn't know it was the norm. They became normalized.
So when it happened to me, I knew it was wrong. So I went told my
Of
dad,
course.
and he did nothing about it. So I was like, "What the hell do you mean you deal with it? How am I supposed to deal with two teachers making
Okay.
a whole drama in the
Yeah.
school
So that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. You got there's a crisis of there's some kind of crisis going on in Africa where how could you come to a father and tell him something's going on like this, him not take action? I'm not saying, maybe because he's effed up. Is this the majority of African men? Because you tell me the majority of African men are raping women on the street. So something's going on. Something's happening that's completely out of bounds.
Yeah.
Because wait, my daughter come to me, tell me somebody's situation you said's happening. What? You
The
what?
reason I think it's on the rise because back then, if you were found in Africa, even actually last month, I reported of a father who defiled his own daughter to death and was beaten to death, was stoned to death by the
He's
police.
supposed to be.
Yeah, because if you are found back then, actions were taken serious. You're not gonna just defile a child and walk
But
away.
that was the no. I said all this stuff happening is because of colonialism and the rape of Africa, the impoverishment, the breaking down of society. All of it starts from white supremacy. You got to trace it back to the beginning. It's where all things start from. Oh, you can't blame white people. You have a dumb Negro in there from Kenya. You can't blame white people for this. You can't. Listen, shut up, stupid. Yeah.
Yes.
I can't.
As we wind up, that is such a sad story, but sadly, it's what is happening. It is just what is happening. I'll blame the reason why this is happening also on the rise. I'll blame the parents because for many children to be outside there is because of the
But parents
parents.
are ignorant. Of course, remember parents, but you can't know if your parents are ignorant. Like your dad, like your father. Your father's a moron, Joe. Excuse with all disrespect. Your dad is a fucking moron. So
Don't be
if
sorry.
if you got parents that are morons, what do? You got a whole culture of moronic parents. They're gonna make situations even worse. So that goes to the government. The government's supposed to shape society. That means the government has failed in educating children to become men and women and parents. So you have a societal breakdown then. It's
Because
society. Go ahead, Jim.
what I've noticed with the US, so many recent cases, especially when it comes to children, that is a case taken very serious if you're an ignorant. So let me just put the term ignorant. If you're an ignorant parent, is a whole case on you. I mean, we've seen children being taken from their parents' house just because they're incapable of. I've seen that case actually just 2 weeks ago. There's some children who had to be taken away from their own parents because they were incapable of taking care of them. And
they can't take care of them. Yeah.
The department that came to take these children also failed. They left the children because they were, I think, 4, 5 age of years, and they left them on the car, and they died because of the heat of the car, because the car was locked. So that is another failure. Right. Because I believe, I personally remember when I was being abused by my dad a lot, because I'll call that abuse. That was not the way to raise me. That was not the way to be a parent. When you're beating me, making me bleed all over, I have the right to report.
That's called abuse.
Exactly. I have the right to report you, but sadly, I couldn't even go report my father.
You can't because there's no way to report. Exactly. There's no systems in Africa set up for you to report your parents because the whole system is corrupt. Exactly. The police are corrupt. So that there to protect you.
To school, that is something else that is also supposed to be taken serious. The government is supposed to follow up while the children are not at school, and the parents are supposed to be held accountable. But this is something
responsible. Yeah.
So the reason why also these rape cases, the way they're happening, many children, underage children on the street, because of the parent. I'll go back to the parent and the failure of the system to protect the children as well. This is why it's actually happening. So as we wind up, shout out to everyone who has been with me on the chat. Literally, I appreciate. Shout out to Jiba Jaba, Danny Harrison. Jiba Halia was saying here they use the concealer ruse to gain trust and manipulate the child. Concealer ruse. What is concealer ruse? What's that, Keith?
What was he saying?
He says here they use the concealer ruse. Concealer ruse, if I'm pronouncing it correctly.
The counselors. Counselor
ruse. What's that?
Counselor.
Counselor. Okay.
When you have a counselor, Julie, a counselor, yeah.
Okay, they also saying he also says daycare centers are another hub they use. Dang, that's crazy. Daycare centers.
Yeah, you got your daycare. Yeah, because that's what your daycare daycare centers abuse your children because abusers are gonna put themselves where they can get children, Joe. So they're gonna build daycare centers. They're gonna be like clown. It might be like a clown that comes to your party in a clown suit, right? To be a clown, they get the little kid. Hey, you like the kid is no clown, and the clown in there jerking off, trying to steal the kid to rape it. So rapists are trying to get by children. So they set up certain ways to get their children. Yeah.
Danny says this is why we need our own institutions. We've got to stop leaving the care of our children in the hands of sick, predatory, and deranged people. I agree with you. That is something that has to be done by the Black community, and also understanding you have to bring back unity. There's something I saw a child today say, which was very important, and I loved it. It says Black brothers and sisters always preaching unity, and it's something they don't live in. You know, he says adults. She was saying adults teach us to live right, but they don't even live right. You know, you need to go back to the basics. Something ain't right. That is what she said. I wish I could find that video, but I love the message she had to put out because it's a whole. She's describing a whole lot of things if you get to understand it and the message in. And then I also see Jiba Jaba says, Danny says, well, good thing it wasn't a Nigerian driver because you'd probably be dead. Nigerians are some wild drivers. I didn't know about that, but yeah, he was a drunk driver. So I'm glad it is not a Nigerian driver, I bet. But I also see Danny says, damn, she's pretty much has been a sex worker all her life. That is the 40. Yeah. And that's sad. I can't say too much about it. though, because America has sex workers too, all on social media. I agree, it's everywhere. Shout out to Samuel, karibu sana. Danny says, "What real men don't do shit like that. You're a disgrace if you do so." And I also see he says, saddest part is sometimes the family just pretends it never happens, just to live as a young child to figure how to fix it. I agree. They'll protect the rapist. Like you can see the girl who was living with the grandmother, that's what happened. The grandmother was protecting the son who is dangerous to the rest of the community of young girls. I also see that Samuel adds, God knows that shit fucked me up as a child. These days I don't like even people touching me. I think even people touching me, that's what he meant. I'm really sorry about the experience.
That almost got you too, Samuel? You almost got raped in Jamaica? That what he said?
Yes, they almost got him.
Oh, I'm glad you got away with your booty hole, Samuel. It'd be dangerous. I didn't mean to make Joey Face do that.
Laugh, being honest, my booty is so painful. I can't laugh, like for real. I can't. Jiba says, here it is a norm for whites, especially with young family members. They keep it quiet by not talking openly. Kenya is like an Indian issue. That is Jiba as well. He says, hooking you up to be a hooker. Damn, I know it was crazy, man, but I don't even know where that lady is today. But I bet her life is miserable. Trust me, I know that for sure. She's not doing okay. That's one thing.
Ain't got nerve to get mad at you for not deciding to be a prostitute.
Yeah, she got mad, started spreading my name out there, saying now I wanted the Indian guy. That's how she turned the story, that I wanted the Indian guy. So like, I never wanted your old person. I never did.
you keep your fat Indian. I'm good.
I wasn't interested at all, but much love, family. We
Send your fat Indian to Iraton.
Even that wouldn't look good in Iwaton. That was so old. That guy was looking so bad. Like for real.
Wow, that's how miserable your friend was. Dating old, fat, ugly, nasty Indians. I'm messed up in it. How'd that person be your friend? My God, how you meet that? How you meet that immoral bastard, Joby? You grew up with this lady?
We were in high school together, and apparently she was like my best friend for real. By the way, she was like my best friend.
Wow, you got. Hey, I got a question. You at a young age, you had a your judgment of character. Your judgment of character was all messed up. You had to know she was effed up in high school.
No, actually, she was really, really good in high school, for real. She was really like a really good person. I know, like, we were in this gangster type of a group together, that's all. So I just knew she was a gangster, all like me, but I didn't know she was really this fucked up. So.
Yeah, you didn't know she was immoral, and she was giving, and she wanted to give her butt, and she wanted to give her butt cheeks up. You know she was getting.
I didn't know she was a hooker. I just didn't know that.
You knew she was giving her butt cheeks up in high school. Come on.
No, trust me. I didn't know. I'll tell the truth to shame the devil.
Yeah, but right. She was your best friend. She was Joe, I'm getting all this money. How you get all that money, girl? I'm spreading my butt cheeks.
I'm not your best friend when it comes to your coochie, when you're using your coochie. Like
no, but you might not know, but she might. I'm sure she has some extra money. You have to look at girl. How are you getting this money?
No, okay. This sounds like bragging, but it's not bragging. But I'd say in our class, my class, I was the one coming from the best. I'd say family. Like I was really the most.
Okay.
The person with the money, all right? But yes, my dad could not give me pocket money, But when people could come to our house, they would be wowed. And I'm like, you guys are wowed by this shit? Like, it's crazy because apparently in high school, I was the one living a really good life than my friends. She was living in
There you go.
Her mom was not really living. She was struggling to pay.
I heard she was struggling. Exactly. So she was struggling. So it led to her giving up her butt cheeks. Struggling. So I don't care how much you struggle, ladies. Never give up your butt cheeks.
Please don't. That's what she did. She took advantage of my desperations and she almost got me. I didn't grow up, So much love for me.
You had a moral background, Joby. You go get some old nasty Indian man. Like,
join us. I'm like, join me for what?
Smell like taco sauce. What's going on? What is this?
Sure. What am I joining you for? We didn't sign up for this. We didn't sign up for this.
Smell like old curry, like curry goat.
See you guys later on the rest of the show. Tonight we'll be having the show to cover up yesterday. So ensure you tune in.
Well, unless we gotta take Joey to the hospital. Joey said his arm's hurting or something.
Yeah, I need to go. I'll have to go do a full body checkup because I don't feel okay completely. So I have to ensure if there's anything that I was fractured, because my arm is really, really painful. My legs, I'm really feeling pain as well. So I'm just gonna have to go full check or Saturday. Pardon?
I don't think you have your legs because you're walking. I said I don't think you have anything wrong with your legs because you're walking. You're just sore. You're bumped and bruised. You're bruised up. Your arm. Yeah. You would know if your arm was dislocated, Joe, but you wouldn't be able to move it at all. You wouldn't walk with it.
I can move, but it's really, really, really painful. It can move, but I can't hold anything with it. It's painful. I just can't hold anything with it. My legs, yes, I'm moving, but I'm just limping a little bit. But yeah, much love, family. Write that book, Joby. It will be a page.
Yeah, much love.
Yeah, page turner. I will, man. I have to find a good writer. I think I just need to find me a good writer. I'm a good writer, but I need me a perfect writer. I'd say perfect writer. So the life of Job, it's coming. Much love, family. Keep your breaking.
But there's space in your soul to keep wanting more, to desire to soar.